fucking 180. And Blizzard's not far behind with announcing the Diablo mobile game and then insulting the fans by saying, "What's the matter? You guys don't have phones?" Literally at the fucking Q&A.
I have to say, I think that was all blown out of proportion. That's my opinion.
That's
but I
fine.
think
You can think that.
I think that the fact that they're willing to put out a mobile game based on a franchise that people love, and yes, everyone has a goddamn phone. People should just literally see the STFU.
So I understand. I understand part of that, but here's what I think upsets people, and here's kind of upsets me. I'm like, announce that. That's fine. Do exactly what Gears of War did. You remember when Gears of War was like, we're gonna have a shooter that's like bobblehead shooter, Gears of War,
the Pops thing.
Yeah. And people were like, what the fuck? And they go, but guess what? And then they showed a fucking logo for Gears of War 5. And they're like, we're making Gears of War 5. It's coming out soon.
Well,
don't fucking worry.
Nobody's saying that they're not working on another Diablo.
No, I know. But that's what I'm saying. When they're presenting it.
Millions of dollars floating around. I mean,
No. I'm not talking. It's not about that. It's about they should have handled that presentation way better. They should have also told people, they're like, hey, it's going to be a mobile game, blah, blah, blah. This should tie you over until Diablo 4. And then just, all you got to show is a fucking logo. And people are happy.
But look at
Fred, I'm telling you, that's all you gotta do when people are fucking cheering.
I get what you're saying. That's the way to make people cheer. But
hey,
are gonna
that
cheer.
helps with the fucking bullshit backlash they got.
But like, why is there so much backlash? Like, I understand disappointment, right? But like, since when did like creating entertainment and like creating entertainment that people necessarily don't want turn into like riot? Or like
because they're not. That means they're not working on the entertainment that people actually want.
Well, we don't know that. First of all, second of all, it's
exactly.
their money. They can make whatever they want.
I get that. Hey, you're right. You're right. They have the right to make what they want, and we have the right not to buy their fucking games.
That's true. But we
and
also
that's what
don't
investors
need to send, like death threats and shit.
No, I didn't say send fucking death threats, but that's why investors and fucking boards are like, oh, we're a publicly traded company, and our stock's going the fuck down because we're idiots and we pissed off the whole company. Sorry, the whole fan base. I don't know why I say company. We pissed off the whole fan base, and now Activision just dropped fucking 12 points. Activision's going to be pretty pissed off.
Okay. Let's put it just in some sort of perspective here.
Yeah, let's sum up everything we've been kind of trying to say, which to me, evil as fuck.
I'm sorry. Okay,
go.
Before we wrap this up, because like we do have to wrap soon on this, but when it comes to franchises, I think any company should be able to just do whatever they want with that franchise. And yeah, sometimes they do some stupid things or money grabs and things like that. That's totally fine. I think, that should be allowed. I don't think there should be backlash for things like that. And I don't think that they're obligated in any way to tease anything. While that does make us happy, they have a lot of financial strategies that they need to use because ultimately, at the end of the day, they're the ones losing or gaining money. If they tease something too early on, like Final Fantasy VII Remake has been teased so long ago, it's actually hurting them now because people are so sick of waiting. They're sick of not hearing anything. So if you jump the gun on something like what Diablo 4 or something like that, in 5 more years, when it's still not out, people are going to be bitching about it. So, like, in the meantime, they put out a mobile game. Like, suck it up. If you enjoy it, play it. Like, if you don't. But, like, give it a chance at least if you're a fan. They're still making it.
Did you just ask me to suck your dick?
Basically.
Oh. Can we move the fuck on?
C or no?
C.
All right.
But CDSTFU publishers, you're gonna take all them fucking money. And you, asshole. Right. You want to play the song? No, I'm kidding. Don't do it.
No.
Let's move on to something about Improbable and Unity Engine and Unreal and some bullshit. Fred's gonna hook us up with that motherfucking knowledge. Let's go.
Let's go. All right. Let me kind of prep our listeners for this segment because this is a very convoluted story to begin with.
I don't even know what the fuck's happening. I read like 3 articles on it.
I know.
Does that mean I'm a fucking idiot?
We both read about it, and because it was so confusing, we talked about it ahead of time because we didn't want to like completely miss the point of this whole thing.
And I think we're going to. I don't know.
I think we got it, but at the very least, we can let people know about this thing because it's definitely under the surface. It involves 3 parties. 1, Unity. If you know most people know what Unity is, at least if they're on the kind of like in the industry. Unity
wasn't that like a campaign to bring people together in the world and stuff?
No. So it is an engine for games. So basically, you use it to make games. Unreal Engine is another thing. A lot of games are made with Unreal Engine. If you don't know what a gaming engine is, look it up, and you'll probably find a video that it could explain it way better than I can within like a minute. So Unity and Unreal are kind of like the 2 biggest engines right now, at least in 3D development. So the third company is called...
I appreciate you doing what you just did.
Yeah. I'm going to call any burping. It doesn't matter. The third company's name is Improbable, and they have a platform called Spatial OS. And what that, to my understanding, to what that platform does is it lets game developers developing in Unity make their games multiplayer through some servers, which are they powered? Are these servers hosted by Unity, or are they hosted by the users? Did you?
So it sounds no, yeah. So
up?
they could be hosted by anybody. It's just that they have to be an approved server from Unity, is what their terms and services, which we're going to get to in a minute, is all about.
Okay, so yeah, they had very specific terms of service.
Well, that sounds like that they had just recently changed.
Okay,
that's the big deal.
So this is where it gets a little bit convoluted. So we're going to explain both situations.
I said both or both with an L.
I said both situations.
It's not a word. It's just not known in the fucking English.
So
it's in the dictionary, asshole.
Okay. So I think through this, so Improbable, the company, through this platform, Spatial OS, they were allowing Unity games to be hosted by servers that were not approved by Unity.
By Unity, yes, correct. It's almost like there's like some specific list of servers you can use that are approved from Unity, and that's the only thing you can host, whether it be streaming, whatever the fuck, Unity games with, it sounds like.
Right. Okay. Now, Unity claims that they contacted Improbable a year ago and told them verbally that they were violating their terms of service. Nothing was done. So 6 months ago, they put it in writing, and they told them, you're violating our terms of service. Nothing was done. Then, I guess last week sometime, they like pulled their license or something, which means that like Improbable could no longer like host or sell games made with Unity or something like that.
So like, these games were not able to be hosted anymore on these servers, it sounds like.
Well, so Improbable made a blog post that said, hey, anyone who's on Spatial OS who has a Unity game that's running, online, your game's going to get pulled. And so then people freaked out because these are like serious projects. Like people, like these aren't just hobby projects. Like a lot of people were actually making a living from this, supposedly. And so all these people were preparing to like pull their games and like kill their games. So like basically lose, or I guess in this situation, they'd have to like uproot and find another way to get their games hosted.
Right.
So now Unity responded by saying like, Improbable is totally out of line. They're wrong. They're lying. Like we told them they needed to do ABC and they didn't. And like all your things are safe. Like nobody will be affected. So now let's hear the other side of the argument. Improbable posted that blog post because supposedly Unity had detailed their terms of service. So they basically went into their terms of service and they detailed a bunch of things because people were saying they were a bit too broad in general. And then the things that they detailed ended up being things that people were violating. And right? Am I right?
Yes, correct. Keep going.
So some people think that Unity is trying to make Improbable seem like the bad guy, but like,
and then I'm guessing like Unity is saying like Improbable is the actual bad guy, and that's the thing. Right. So I saw a couple of comments which I don't know any of what the fuck's happening because I was just told about the story. But parents are saying one guy posted a little bit about it, and they said it's actually a knee-jerk reaction. Releasing the new terms of services, and it's complete utter crap from Unity, because he used the phrase, you may not use a third party to directly or indirectly distribute or make available, stream, broadcast any portion of the Unity software unless a third party is authorized by Unity. And they're saying, however, none of the normal app stores, Apple, Google, Amazon, Steam, Discord, are included in the list of approved third parties. So you can't include these streaming services such as YouTube or Twitch, etc., unless third-party services are included within this list, and they're not. So that's what makes it very, very weird. And they've now done an update, and they said that as of this past Friday, we'll continue working over the weekend to clarify language and our intention as clear as possible rather than rushing and adding to the confusion. So it sounds like Unity is going to release something soon, but currently people are just like, what the fuck is happening right now? I don't know. I don't know who's in the right, who's in the wrong. But I can totally see it being both things where Unity is saying, you know, if we don't agree with what you're doing, then there's a possibility in their terms of services of saying, well, you're not hosting or doing anything on our approved third-party servers. And so if you're not, they'll just completely shut you down or just end their license with you, right? And this is worrisome for developers, it sounds like.
Right. That's basically it. But I think lists like that are put together where it's like, it puts them in a spot where like if someone's making content with their technology and they consider Unity their technology, if they're making content with that, it puts them in a position, if they don't like it, then they can say, well, you're not even using this content on a platform that we approved. So
correct.
Then it takes it away from being like, oh, if you post content that we don't agree with, well, that's not part of it. It's just, it's not allowed on YouTube. They'll let everyone use it on YouTube, but if they do some fucked up shit, they're going to just pull it because they can.
You know what they're going to say when they pull it?
What? Calm down, shut the fuck up.
Raspizoit.
What does that mean?
That's a Russian term I learned a long time ago. You don't really want to know what it translates to in English because there's not real. There's really not a translation. It's something from a mystical god that finds himself in the ashes of men, labor, and fuel. And the thing is, nope. Here, okay, I'll do it one more time. You ready? You ready?
So wait. Raspizoit.
So, anyway, don't worry about looking it up. It only will bring you despair, misery. Are we fucking done with Improbable Unity
You don't know Russian.
Story?
Stop trying to act smart.
Raspizoit! Can we please get to the PAX South schedule? All right. We have now both downloaded the app for PAX. We can both look at what we have saved for the schedule, and we're just going to kind of compare it. We're just going to go in chronological order, right, Fred?
I think... Yeah.
The answer is yes. So what are you saying you think? The answer was I almost said hypothetical question. It was a rhetorical question, Fred.
So it's this Friday. So we're going to start on Friday the 18th.
Yeah, 10:30 a.m.
This upcoming Friday.
What we're going to do is we're just going to go through like what the things that we have listed. How many things did you fucking click, Fred?
A lot.
I clicked a decent amount, but we'll just go through the list. If we have any questions about what it is, then we'll ask it and we can go into more detail. You ready?
Okay, story time with Cory Barlog. The guy who made God of War.
All right, can we start, Fred?
Yeah, I thought we started already.
I'm literally starting right fucking now. So starting at 10:30 a.m. on Friday, first thing we're doing, story time with Cory Barlog. If you're not familiar with him, lead writer on the God of War.
God of Wars.
Movie.
Not the movie.
I know. There is no movie. The video game, of course. The one that won Game of the Year. So that's exciting. We're both going to that, right?
Yes.
That's in the main theater, which means it's going to be huge, and like there's going to be a shitload of people there, but we shouldn't have to wait in line too much.
Right. PAX 101, how I made it here.
Also, how the fuck are you getting your badge? You have to go to roll call for that?
I have no idea.
You have to wake up extra early then, because I already have my fucking badge. Because I don't have to stand in line for a badge. You have to stand in line for a badge.
Why? I don't even know what.